Alright, hello guys! So for the second half of this video, I think I'm just gonna do something different. And that is going to be me just doing some commentary in normal Let's Plays, because I've gotten a few questions of people asking me if I can do some normal Let's Play sometimes, without the time-lapse on the series. So I thought I could just use the, the chance now just to talk a little bit about what I have visioned for the series and everything. And yeah, just do some normal commentary for a little bit. And I'm not going to do something special, I'm just gonna do something mining while I talk. So if you don't want to see normal Let's Play, then you can just skip this. And then you can see the next video in 2 days from this upload, which is going to be the dragon fight. And yeah, I thought I could just talk a little bit about stuff what I'm going to do throughout the series, what I have visioned and stuff, because I get some suggestions from time to time with building and whatnot. So I thought, yeah, why just use the opportunity to do some normal talking, and then I can talk about this series in the long run and some other random stuff maybe too later on. So yeah, next episode is going to be the Ender Dragon fight. I have prepared everything. I made the tunnel to it, so it's going to be a quick trip for me to get to there. And for the future too, if I make an Enderman farm or something like that, it's going to be pretty easy to go back and forth from the end. And yeah, I also was working a little bit on here. I'm not sure about what I've been doing so far, but it works, I guess. I thought I would just, I don't know, I didn't want to put too much thought into it. I just decided that, yeah, I'm just gonna try something random, and if it's good, it's good, and if it's not, then I could probably just redo it later on. So yeah, this is going to be a mass storage for the future, because I'm thinking about using this mine for a really long time. So I don't want to automate something as simple as storage. But eventually I'll probably just put some item frames here, and then I can store things there properly. I'm not done with this room. I'm probably gonna add some automatic furnace systems and stuff here. And yeah, now I think I'm just gonna do some mining, and we can chat a little bit in the meantime. So what I have visioned throughout this series is up where I'm making the underground base now. Something I want to do there on top of the hill is make a huge grand type of tree. If you've seen Zelda and stuff, you know, you've seen those type of trees that is grand, and they're pretty awesome and yeah, cool looking. So maybe a grand tree with a face. I'm not quite sure about the face though, but yeah, I think that's something that might be cool thing to do later on. I don't have a vision for it now though, but that's basically the general idea of how I want to do it. See. And yeah, while we chat here, I might get some diamonds and good stuff like that, so that's going to be awesome. And yeah, I've been a lot more consistent with the uploads this season, so I'm gonna do stuff fighting all the bosses, definitely 100%. I'm going to take on the Ocean Monument. I'm going to fight the Wither boss. I'm definitely going to get a fully activated beacon this time, so I can do instant mining in the future too, which is going to be really helpful, especially for the underground base digging project. So that's why I think maybe late or sooner in this series now, I'm just gonna focus on the bosses instead, because then once I raided the Ocean Monument, I can get some sponges, and once I fight the Wither boss, I can get a beacon. And yeah, that's going to be pretty cool. And I think maybe after that, I should probably focus on an iron farm. Actually, one thing I want to do is since they are still adding changes to 1.13 as I'm recording this, I think it's going to be easier for me if I just wait and see how it turns out, instead of just making an iron farm and then it ends up getting broken once the 1.13 comes out. So yeah, that's what I think too, that I'll definitely do. And then I'll probably have enough iron to fully activate the beacon and stuff, instead of just like what I did in the last season of just mining for all the iron myself, because that takes up quite a while. So yeah, And also, since I'm a lot more like consistent with the uploads and whatnot, I'm definitely going to aim to make at least 100 episodes this season. And I really do hope I can actually go through with that too, because I haven't really like gotten like a really long like season going yet, I feel like. So yeah, that's definitely something I want to do this season, which I haven't done before. And yeah, eventually I'm going to like set challenges for myself. I think I've been a little bit inspired by IBX Toycat actually, because I've been watching him a lot recently. And he have just like, I don't know, it's kind of like random challenges that I just like set for himself or whatever, of him just doing stuff. And I've gotten a few ideas like, oh, that would be cool if I did that and that. So basically what I'm talking about then, one idea I have already is to mine all the icebergs surrounding my island. I think that could be a fun project, and then I can make a individual like commentary episodes on that, just showcasing like, oh, I removed a little bit here and a little bit there, and then I do a live stream of that and stuff. Another one would be to gather up and make an island like nearby island here really pretty, and then like collect all the different animals that you can find in Minecraft into that one island. I think that could be a really interesting project, so that's an idea I have too. There's actually one more thing I was thinking about, and that was what if I made like a hole all the way down to bedrock, and I dig it up, and then I made some glass around it or something, maybe a chunk or something. And then I could like add like one strip here and one strip like here, and one after that, one with like iron blocks, and one with like diamond blocks, and one with redstone blocks. And it's not going to serve any purpose besides like, hey, this is a thing. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Would be a cool thing to do. And that's all that I planned so far, but I definitely get more ideas along the way as long as I move on in this series. And yeah, something too I think I wanted to test out for this episode is to try to loosen up a little bit more when it comes to commentary. So I was thinking I'm going to talk about some like random like habits I have, I guess, or something like that, that I think is probably really odd for some other people, but for me it's just like been a part of who I am. So I guess this could like be a way of, hey, now you can see how weird Kemit actually is as a person, or something like that. So the thing I'm going to talk about now, I don't think I've ever mentioned to anyone before. Or yeah, I did actually for my ex-girlfriend from last year. I actually mentioned this too, and she said it's probably a type of OCD I have, what I'm going to talk about now. And that is, for me, ever since I was a little kid, like number 2 has been like my lucky number for whatever reason. And because of that, I've liked everything that is like multiplied by 2. So I like the number 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, etc. So I have this like weird habit. I think this started when I went to like children's school or something, at a very young age. So what I would do then is, you know, and also my favorite thing too was the right side. I don't like the left side. So yeah, it's like, it doesn't really make sense. It's just like a pretty weird thing. It's a pretty weird thing about Kemit, I guess. Whoa, yeah, so when I was like, went to like children's school, and ever since then actually, when I walk upstairs, right, I like to start the first step by stepping on the left foot, and then I like to end it like entering out of the stair, I guess, with putting my right foot there. So like that's the finish. So like left is the bad thing, like that's the start, and right is like the finish, because it needs to be like that. And also because of those like numbers with like 2, 4, etc. So when I walk up staircases, a lot of like, I feel like with a lot of the houses, probably not too many people think about it besides me, because I just have this weird thing about myself. But when I walk up staircases, I like to start with left and right until I get to the top, and it always like the finishing, like the last step when I go out of the staircase needs to be the right one. So I like to so when I count the number of steps on a staircase, it's usually like 14. I feel is like the most common one. If it's like goes through an entire floor, it's usually 14 stairs. It's a pretty weird thing to keep track on. But so when I step on left foot and then the right foot, then that counts as 1, right? So since it needs to add up to 8, since 14 divided by 2 is like 7, then I need to get along the way the staircase, I go like pop, 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 and somewhere I have to like take my step back to like add an extra step, and then redo it the same for the right foot. So it adds up to 16 once I like reach the top floor of the stair. Or if it's like a stair with less steps, then I try to do it like with 2 steps. So if there's like I have to like walk across like 2 steps of stairs, I'll rather just do that, just so it can like satisfy like my brain to add up to the number 2 or the number 4 or the number 8, because it just needs to be like that. Don't ask me why, it's just like how it is. So I'm just gonna put my ores here, and then I can talk more about me being weird. So also then, since the right side is my favorite and the left side is like the boring, when I walk in like malls and stuff, whoa! Oh my god, that scared me. Oh my god. I didn't know there was a cave here. Hopefully I didn't scare anyone there. Oh, okay, I catch my breath again there. So yeah, like when I'm walking in like stores or like shopping centers or whatever, they often have these like squares. So it's like square in some type of patterns, right? So with my like left foot, then I like to put the left foot in like 1 square, and then the right foot I like to step on it so it like adds to like 4 full squares if possible. Because then the right foot steps on the most squares and the left foot steps on like the least squares. Yeah, it doesn't make sense whatsoever, but it's just like it's been a thing with me ever since like I was a child, and it could probably be like a type of OCD, but I never really like thought about it. Like I haven't like talked with like a psychiatrist my entire life. I'm like I'm soon to be 26 years old now, so yeah, I'm a old man, and I never like spoken to anyone about it besides like my ex-girlfriend from last year. So yeah, I don't know what that is about, but it's just like a thing with me, and it doesn't really bother me. And I think I've like learned to like do these type of steps in such a weird way. Like if I had a friend or some random person behind me when I was walking up these staircases, I would probably like make the extra step to make the final number add up to 8 or like 4 or whatever, like makes sense. Like if I was like in a store and I like overstepped a step to make it to 4, I would be like, hey, I'm gonna run now because I'm in a hurry apparently. Just so, because I never like gotten any comments from any of my friends or anything. I never like mentioned this to any of my friends. So now in a way, like you who is like listen to my weird stuff now, like we're better friends now than my actual real life friends now. Fun fact. I think this is kind of like awkward or weird to talk about. So I feel like in my head now, like, oh, maybe I shouldn't like post this or something, but I'm just gonna post this. Like, I don't really care. You got like some fun information about what my plans for the series is, at least before I started ranting about my weird habits with the numbers and the right foot and the left foot, and left is bad and right is bad. So I think that is going to be the end of this video. So thank you very much. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it and like to hear about my plans for this season and stuff, and what is to come in the future for this season as well. And hopefully, like, so many people have asked me like each season to please make 100 episodes, and I promise, like, even though like I don't know, whatever like would happen, I am 100% going to make it to 100 episodes this season. What I think is going to happen though, to be honest, is I'm going to make a lot more than just 100 episodes. I think I could probably even go to like 200 episodes. I just want this to be a really fully fledged and a really beautiful world once I'm done with it. So yeah, that's my plan for this season. I want to make this a pretty nice world, and I don't want to quit this season before I'm really happy with this world. So yeah, thanks for watching everybody, and I'll watch you in the next video. Bye!